Hey guys, how are you all doing? This is a quick tutorial on how to use MCP servers with Xano. This is a new functionality that they just launched to set up an MCP server, and you should be aware of all of the possibilities that you have with it, because this could be literally life-changing for some businesses out there where you want to integrate an AI assistant within your server, where you can, have the user pretty much talk with an assistant where they can do updates to your database. Like, for example, talking about a booking system for a dentist. You have users reaching out to you through WhatsApp, for example, where they ask questions about the availability that you have. The AI tool will look into the bookings that you have on your Xano database, see what availability you have, and they will respond based on that. And then users will be able to book calls through that chat. The AI assistant will generate that booking within the tools that you have inside your MCP server, and they will create a booking, and they can even receive emails. Like, you can automate pretty much anything on your database as long as you create the tools for the AI assistant to use them. So I will show you what this looks like. I won't show the setup. I will share the tutorial from the Xano team that they made based on how to create an MCP server client and connect it with an AI tool. And let me just show you. So we have, this is my brother's business. This is the test database where he has a booking system for tours in Lima, tours to Caral. I don't know if you guys have heard about Caral, but this is the most ancient civilization here in this continent, in South America, well, in general in America. So let me just show you. We have some bookings, and then I have created, so based on the tutorial that Xano has shared, is they allow us to generate a chatbot. By the way, this endpoint right here, that this get chatbot, is just pretty much getting an HTML document. So we're not using this endpoint. I have just published all the HTML here in Webflow, where we have all of this script and some CSS, and then I have the rest of the code here in the head settings. Just pretty much, it's just, by the way, we're not even using Wized here, but we are just pulling the Bootstrap CSS library and then some fonts from Google Fonts, and that's it. So pretty much it just generates this UI, and this script is just connecting with the API from here, from the post chat. I won't show how this specifically works, but I will show you the idea, the whole structure, so you understand better how an MCP tool works. So first of all, we have an MCP server here, URL, that this is new. Inside an MCP server, you have a series of tools. First, I will explain this. And each tool has its instructions. So pretty much, for example, with this get bookings information tool, you need to let the AI tool know that what this does. So this is query all records from bookings by a specific data source, because we have test and live, and then by an email or date, where we can filter things by an email or date if we want to. This is pretty basic. I have just created a basic sample. I haven't even given too many tools to this MCP server. This is one of them. Then we have a tool that is just get the last booking from the server. This literally, the instructions is get the last booking made in our system. You need to specify that data source. So we need to let the tool know if it's a test data source or a live data source. And finally, we have the send email tool. And also, once again, we have the instructions of it. Let's send an email with a message to a customer based on the database source also. So we have the email, message, data source. And yeah, this is super basic. So we need to, also we have a description for the MCP tool. This server and tool set is used to get bookings information and to send emails to the customers. As I said, this is a really basic example, but I just want to let you know how this kind of works. These are the general instructions for the MCP server in general. Also, be aware that we can authenticate users. There might be some tools where you need to be authenticated, where you might not want to give access to all of the tools to every single user that you have in your platform, so that's pretty cool. And I will show you how this works. So now, if I go to the API where we pretty much just chat with AI, this is how it works. first you need to set up your server URL. This is to your MCP URL that you have right here. Then then you have you make the request to your MCP tools, so you know the list of tools that you have. Then Xano has given us a script that they pretty much set up your MCP server tools in a required format, so OpenAI can understand what these tools do. Once we have that, we set up a template engine where we pass, contact ChatGPT, and they receive the right tool to use, and they, generate the response. We pretty much make the request to the MCP tool. Finally, we send that MCP tool response to ChatGPT, where they can, send us the result in a human way. Because here, if I just get the last, for example, booking, it's a JSON. It's a JSON with data. We don't want that. We want this data to get to the user in a conversational way, in a human way. So that is why we send the response back to ChatGPT, where they can, transform the response into something more human in a regular conversation. That's cool. By the way, we're sending, this is part of the Xano setup. We're sending the arguments and the response of each tool, so we kind of have the idea of everything. But what we only need really is the response from the assistant, where we get this last response, the OpenAI response to tool result. But Xano is just giving us everything so we understand the whole picture here. And I will just show you. So, hey, give me the last booking from the test data source. So this will, by the way, we are getting, this extra data, but this is the important data. The tool has retrieved the last booking from the test data source. Here are the details: booking ID 18, April 30, 2025, the UUID, the email, the phone, the total amount, pickup address, the passengers, and that's super cool. If I go to the database here, I can confirm that that's the last booking. Yep. That's cool. And then now we can use the tool to send an email. This is the cool thing, where we can make edits into the database in a conversational way. I will just show you. Hey, could you send a message to James that says, "Thank you for booking with us. This is part of the YouTube tutorial." And then pretty much, that message, like, this is the response from the AI tool. The message is requested: "Thank you for booking with us. This is part of the YouTube tutorial. Has been successfully sent to James at the email address jamesabadfe28@gmail.com. So cool. They even give us, the response from the server. This is part of we are using MailerSend to send the email. So that's super cool. And yeah, I can check on my email. That we got that. Thank you for booking with us. This is part of the YouTube tutorial. So that's pretty cool. It's awesome, the possibilities that we have within these tools. Ideally, you will be using a global tool like WhatsApp, where you can give this power to different companies. I don't know how many businesses could have advantage of this tool, of this setup. So take a look to the Xano tutorial. I will leave the link in the description, and I hope you guys like this tutorial.